arrange your chairs properly so that we could make sure that everyone is listening to you. Okay? And regarding this, before we proceed, okay, our house rules. Our house rules is retro. Respect is the rules. Words and actions matters. So please, everyone, respect everyone who is speaking. Eyes and ears open. Listen up. Speak once at a time. Teach with that. Devices are only allowed when the teacher is speaking or someone is speaking. Please kindly turn it off. Okay? And also, ready to learn. Bring your stocks, bring your array, and please be ready to listen and grasp all of the ideas and all of the knowledge that I'm going to give it to you. Okay? And O, it stands for own it. Be responsible for your work and choices. Keep your underlings clean like your own. So own it, not just own it for your, be responsible not only for your own work as in the works that you're doing right now, but also own it as in own it with all of the things that you're doing, especially the things that you're doing. Okay? Okay. So we are now going to have a recap regarding the last lesson that we've discussed. Kindly please raise your hand if someone still remember the things that we've discussed yesterday. Yes. Nick. Yes. Okay. So I am going to show you here. Let's have a quick play. So this is, you're just going to use a conjunction phrasing and rate of a speech when reading sample messages. So the mechanics of this is so easy. So there will be four-line poem that I prepared here, and just going to give me the proper junction of this and the basing as well. I remember I have here my popcorn that includes your name so that it will be not hard for me to choose students. So Henneken, can you read first, the first answer? The first sentence. Okay, so regarding the first sentence, Henneken, can you tell me when are you going to pause, the speed, and the phrasing? Okay, good to hear that. How about the next line? Arnold, can you give me the same thing? Yes. This house is in the village of Do. It's just calm, correct. The basing is just calm. And Zoe, can you tell me the reason why we are learning these kinds of junction, pause, and speed? Can you tell me the reason behind this? Why we are still learning this? Why we are studying this? Yes, Zoe. So what you're trying to say is we are learning this because we should know when to stop, and it will be nice to hear from other people when we are conversing or when we are saying poems with proper pausing, speed, and you know the meaning of this. Is it? Okay. Alright, thank you for that actually wonderful answer. So it makes the story or the poem clear, easy to understand, and nice to listen. That's actually the main reason why we are actually studying this. Now, are you ready? We're actually going to have a mini activity again. And this is called imagination. So I'm going to, the mechanics of this game is actually easy. So a series of images will be presented. Participants are required to improve interpretations of symbolic representation in meaning conveyed by each image. Responses should be will present and demonstrate critical thinking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the pictures here, and we're just going to tell you what can you see with the picture, with these images. Yes, Ken. Can you tell me what can you see in this picture? Yes, correct. It's actually asking for silence. How about on the other picture? The first picture is asking for quiet. And this picture, how about this? Let's hear it from Princess. Yes, Princess, it's correct. It shows happy. Good job. Actually asking saying that it's a good job. You did a good job. And this one? Okay. What can you see in this picture? Yes. Yes, correct. It shows how happy you are. And with regarding this other picture, let's hear it from Ria. Yes, Ria, that's correct. It's actually showing us that the baby here in this picture is asleep. So we now actually have conducted these pictures, the meaning of these pictures on actually on the picture we didn't just see it, we hear it. We actually voice out what's the meaning of the pictures that we saw a while ago. And right now, let's have a simple activity here. This activity is actually called Wheel of Emotions. So here is the mechanic of this game. So when we practice expressing emotions, sometimes without words, sometimes with words. So what do you think we are practicing here? Yes, Mika. Let's hear it from Mika. Everybody quiet, please. Yes, Mika. Yes, communication. We're actually practicing about communication here. But let's just dig deeper here, okay? We're going to dig deeper just as we continue our session. Okay, so here I'm going to have this now. The activity that I prepared for you is called Wheel of Emotion. So a while ago, we practiced regarding the facial expressions. Now we are going to practice the Wheel of Emotion. So all you need to do is you're just going to pick one here, and then pick anything here, and then there is a message or there is a sentence behind each line, and then you're just going to express it. You're going to express it you're going to express it the way you should have expressed it by the emotions behind the line. Okay? So let's do it first from bang. So you choose this one, bang, right? Okay. So yours is confused. And what you're going to say is, I want to see you again. I want you to hear from you say, you are confused. You are confused, and you're going to deliver these words, I want to see you again, in confused way. is serious in E. Let's hear it from you now. Thank you for that, Kari. That was actually intense. For next one is ace. This one, fear. So you have this, don't do that in fear. Can we hear it from you? Say this in with fear emotion. Alright, thank you for that, Ace. Okay, since we're already done with emotions, and as I've mentioned a while ago, that regarding the communication, we're actually not just studying or practicing emotions with using its facial expressions. We're also practicing communication with the way they talk. I mean, the way we express it. Words is being conveyed. Words is being conveyed differently by the emotions that you are trying to give the other person. So it's actually important it's actually important if you are going to say any words to other people and the emotions that you're showing to them, because there are a lot of times that the emotions that you were showing to other person is different on what the facial expressions that you're showing. Okay? So E is in my favorite. Alright, so now we are going to tackle regarding our topic for the day, which is the verbal and non-verbal communication. So let us jump with another activity, which is your actions, your voice, my action. And before that, let me just show you our objectives. So our objectives for today is number one, differentiate verbal and non-verbal cues. Identify tone, pitch, gestures, and facial expression. Demonstrate proper use of verbal and non-verbal cues in a short role-playing speak. Reflect on the role of communication in life issues through a short written paragraph. Also, apply communications in group activities. Okay? So that is our objectives that we wanted to obtain here in this lesson. Okay? Let's move on. So have you ever been in a conversation or argument where you can distinguish whether the emotions that you were expressing are seen as their actions or facial expression? Let's hear first your experience. Yes, Jade. So, Katie, when you were experiencing this, you mentioned a while ago that you were actually experiencing this when you have a friend where they say that you didn't hurt them, but actually their facial expression is different from what they are seeing. You got it right? Right. It's actually hard to believe if the person you were talking to is actually have a different perspectives, or the way that they are talking to you is actually different towards what you can see on their face, because you couldn't distinguish if what they were saying is actually true or not. And you couldn't distinguish if they are telling the truth or not. Okay, so let's continue with our activity a while ago, which is the your voice, my actions. So here, your voice, my actions. I want you to have this. I'm going to give or pick here I'm going to pick it here a scenario from a movie, and you're going to act. I need two students here. The one is just going to show or act, but the words is going to come from the other student's mouth. So you're just going to act, and the other student is going to say. So, for example, I'm going to express a line from a Filipino film, which is the line from Akin Lang Ang Asawa Ko. But I'm not going to say anything, but my partner here is going to say the words, and then he is going to convey the words, and I'm just going to act out. Okay? Alright, so let's have it first from Brad and Shabet. Okay, Brad and Shabet, can you act now? And we are going to try to see here, or we're going to guess what kind of movie you're going to portray. Okay? And this is the movie that you're going to portray. Okay, here is that movie. Can you act it out now? Okay, that was actually good, Shabe and Lady. So, let's have another one here. So, yes, all of you is correct. The one that they portrayed a while ago, the one that they tried to play a while ago is the movie One More Chance by Bea Alonso and John Lloyd Cruz. So let's have another one here. Let's hear it from, let's try to ask Tanet and Brian. So Tanet and Brian, this is the movie that you're going to portray. And you can start now. Alright, so that was fun. Thank you for doing that stunt, Brian. So, yes, that is, we are all correct. I mean, all of the class is correct for shouting that Barcelona is one of the popular movie from Daniel, which is Daniel Padilla and Catherine Bernardo. So, let's jump into another one. So, are you all excited? Are you all enjoying our activities here? Okay, since we already, it's actually good that you're participating. We actually have the imagination. That activity that we have a while ago help us practice feeling emotions through facial expressions and appearance. Wheel of emotions help us name feelings. Your voice, my action show us how voice and action can work together to tell us a story. When you were actually doing those activities, what skills are you really practicing? A while ago, I asked you, and one of your classmates tells that it is actually communication. But aside from communication, what other things you're actually practicing here? Let's hear it from Net. Yes, Net. Good to hear that. So it actually shows that you have a good grasp regarding our lesson for today. Now I'm going to let you watch a video here, and I want you to grasp all of or and list down all of the things that you're going to learn from the video. Okay? Let me just prepare the video. sorry. What type of communication was that? What do you think is the type? What do you think is that communication is? Yes, Ed? Yes, that's actually an oral. Verbal communication is oral. And when your brother Alice actually gave you a note, and there is a note saying that they were sorry for what happened, a written note, what do you think is that communication? Yes, correct. That is oral. That is verbal communication as well. As you remember on the video that we played a while ago, there is actually two types of communication, which is the oral communication and the written communication. So, since here, the question that I mentioned a while ago to you, Alice, that your brother gave you a note stating that they were sorry. So that is a written communication. That is a written note, and that is a written communication. Okay, so what if, Bastek, how about you? If Ben doesn't want to talk to you but looks down, slouches, avoids eye contact, what do you think is that kind of communication? Sorry, what is it again? Yes, that's non-verbal communication. So, as mentioned a while ago, regarding the clip that we've watched a while ago, there is actually the facial expression, the gesture, the eye contact, the proximity, the eye contact appearance that we have here. So that is the types of non-verbal communication. Are you experiencing this or showing this kind of non-verbal communication? Yes, Leah. Yes, we're actually experiencing or showing this without us knowing, because non-verbal communication is actually a silent type of communication where we don't need to say anything, but we actually understand them with their facial expression, the tone of their voice, the gestures that they are showing. We actually understand them through this. Now let's go and play again. Okay. I'm going to give you here, and you're just going to put it here on the board and explain regarding the difference. So I'm going to give you here this, and you're just going to put it here, and you're just going to explain how do you think it's different from verbal and non-verbal communication regarding the comparison here. Okay, let's have it from Shaw. Shaw, can you answer who? And the one that you're going to answer has to be, showing. It was should show the two different. Okay? How do you go with the position that there should be speed here and there is a fast clock here? Okay, correct. So in nonverbal communication, it will actually took us time for us to understand the meaning that they're trying to convey. Compared to here, on the verbal communication, that it will let us think or understood what they're trying to convey because we're just going to listen. In verbal communication, we don't need, actually we don't need to see their faces if it's actually a verbal communication, because here in verbal communication, what we only need is to hear it from them, and we're all already going to understand what they're trying to say. But on non-verbal communication, we need to take time for us to check what seems to be, what are they trying to convey. And here, that's another one. Let's answer another one. The other one that we have here. Is this one? Yes. Yes, Linda. How did you come up with that answer? Why do you think there should be two persons sitting here and one person only sitting here? Yes, that's correct. Because here, in verbal communication, even though you're just texting, that's actually verbal communication. You can already understand them. But here, on non-verbal communication, you couldn't understand them if they are actually far from you. You need them to be with you for you to be able to understand them. Also here, that's the physical presence. So this actually, in the middle here, is the content of the comparison. So here, we have answered this now, the physical presence. While we answered the time consumption and the use of words in language. Okay, so since we're already done with that, let's go and jump to another deeper meaning of the communication. So we have here the communication showdown, what we call communication showdown. So here is how we're going to play. So the class will be divided into two groups. So for us to be able to divide the group, so this part will be the first group and this other part will be the second group. So on the two group, there will be a verbal team for the verbal team and for the non-verbal. So I'm going to read this equation here. You're just going to decide if the example of the verbal communication or non-verbal communication. You can actually raise your hand if you think it's, if you know the answer, and that will be pointed on the group that we have, okay? So are you all excited now? Okay, good to hear that. Alright, so let's start now. So the situation is situation number one. A student writes a letter to her best friend. Yes, group 1. What's the answer? Yes, correct. That's verbal communication. That is written communication. That is written. Okay. Second situation. A boy waves goodbye to his classmate. Yes, group 2. Can you answer it? Yes, that's non-verbal communication. That is actually gesture. Let's have the third. We already have a tie. So let's have the third situation. A girl says thank you after receiving help. Yes, Mia. From the group 1. Yes, Mia. Girl says thank you. Yes. Stop from jumping, Mia. It's already good. You got it right. It's a verbal communication. That's oral communication. So let's have now, since everybody is good and the group 1 is, the group 1 will have a prize later. And since they already grasped the idea and they are too enthusiastic in raising their hands, and they got the correct answers right on time. So, and you actually showed that, and remember that the verbal uses words either spoken or written, while non-verbal communication actually uses actions, expressions, and appearance. So let's have another one. Let's have another activity. Let's flip on this chart so that we can have it. This is say it or show it. So here in this one, the directions will be only simple. So here, all you need to do in this one is you just need to, since we already have a team, the group 1 and the group 2 that will still remain, and I will read the situation part, and it requires verbal communication, so the team must respond correct. For example, a teacher says, you need to ask permission to go to the restroom. So the team should respond, the team that will answer should respond, Mommy, go out. So you're just going to answer it. And for the non-verbal communication, for example, I'm going to tell you